Hi everyone, welcome to Briely Budgets. My name is Brittany. I am a 35-year-old stay-at-home mom. I am married to my husband Dalton for 13 years. We have 4 beautiful girls. We are cash stuffing to get us out of debt, or to help get us out of debt, because we have a little bit of debt. We have been cash stuffing for about 6 months, so I am still relatively new and still learning, taking on tips from other cash budgeters and stuffers. So today we are cash stuffing $700. Here it is. So let's go ahead and give it a count. 1, 2, 300, 51, so that's 400, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 20, 40. So that's 640, 650, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 700. So let's go ahead and put those down. I know I did that a little weird, but it's okay. Yes. Okay, so I got my coffee from Big B. That is a chain, I guess, kind of locally, kind of not. I live in Ohio. They're based out of Michigan. I think they are in more places than, excuse me while I scoot up to the table. I think they are more widely known now. So this is a mocha cold brew. It is with cold foam, I guess I should say. It is delicious. So I got a couple questions earlier on my other video that I kind of want to clear up. So my husband and I own a semi. So he is a truck driver for a local company, and he leases his semi to that company. So he is paid through them. They dispatch him. If you guys do or don't know, truck drivers are dispatched from their company to go get the loads. So he is dispatched from this company, but we have to, and also he's also paid from this company. So he gets a settlement is what it's called, and that shows everywhere he goes. So we get paid from them, but we have a LLC, so we have to pay taxes. So we just sent off a check to the IRS. That is not fun at all, but that's what it is. So we, every time we get paid, which he gets paid every Friday. So every Friday I take the money take a certain amount from the check to put it into our savings account, and that sits. So now we actually have a little bit left over from this last tax season. So that's kind of exciting. So we have a little bit of a buffer. So we have that account. So every week I put in money for taxes, and then we also pay ourselves, and then we also leave some in the business account. So what happens after that is how this becomes possible. So that is why this will always be different. I wasn't expecting to do 700 this week. So last week, my husband's truck broke down and he needed towed. So luckily he was close to where he works. But still, for 12 miles, it was $700 to get his semi towed. So the company had to come grab his trailer, tow his semi. So that initial bill goes to the company that he works for. And then they get like a discounted rate for some things. I don't know about towing, but like when he fuels his semi, they get a discount. So then they pass that discount on to us, and then we just pay them back. Well, that comes with the maintenance bills. So they do have a maintenance shop at his employer. So they fixed his truck. So, and then they will send us an invoice, and then we have to pay back that invoice. So usually within a month, we have to pay back the money. If we can't make that, if it's like $10,000 and we can't pay it back in a month because we have bills, like we can't just pay back that much money. So they add a percentage to the final amount that is still owed. So if let's say we had a $10,000 bill, I don't know how much this bill is going to be, by the way. If it's $10,000, if we pay off like $5,000, they won't do the full 10, they'll just do 5,000. They'll put a percentage of that like interest. So they actually kind of get paid more. So we always try to pay it off by the end of the month. So he just was serviced not long ago, and that was like $2,000. No, I think it was $3,000. So we actually did pay that off within the month. So we didn't have to pay interest on that. But this time, I don't know how much it's going to be. So that also means that in the next couple weeks, month, 2 months, however long it takes us to pay off how much this maintenance bill will be, this might not be that high. So I wanted to be honest. This might be confusing, and if it's confusing, please let me know, and I'll try to better explain it. So our cash stuffings will always be different because he is not paid the same thing every week. It can vary so much. And yes, he does get paid weekly. So, and it depends on how many runs he does, how much fuel he gets, how much DEF he gets. It can be all over the place. So I just thought I would clarify that. We just don't live on $700. We have a house payment. We have 2 car payments, which my Expedition is almost down under $10,000 to pay off. I am super excited. So I have an Expedition. We have my husband's truck. We have a house. We do have loans. We have credit cards. We are trying to pay them off. So I'm not going to go into all of our debt right now, but that is something down the line that I am really hoping once we do pay off some stuff. Like we used to have affirms, which is what it is, I guess. So we have had a couple $1,000s worth of firm, but those are all paid off. So now we are working on my credit cards. My husband's paying off. I say we together, I should say, we are paying off my credit cards. We are paying off his big loan that he has, which is probably, I would love to go into more detail, but I don't want this to be so long. So one day I might sit down and actually do kind of like a story, because we actually have been through a lot. So I want to be completely honest and everything with that kind of stuff. So I'll kind of tell you, I guess, really fast. In 2019, we filed bankruptcy because we had another business. As my husband worked for another company where his semi went through 2 engines. And so an engine is about $40,000. So we went through 2 of them, $80,000. We couldn't afford our bills because his truck was getting paid. So it is a long story that I don't want to go into, like I said, right now. So we are still building from that bankruptcy. So, and they told us that, the bank told us that we should get a loan to help our credit. We listened. So it did help. It did boost our credit, but it also, put us in precarious situations. And it's just, we are wanting to be debt free so bad. So we don't owe anybody. I am so tired of having this debt over my head. I miss having our money. Like if we didn't have any of this debt besides our house and our cars, if we didn't have the credit cards that we were paying every month, if I would have done it right, we wouldn't have the credit card because we do have balance on them. We are finally getting down to enough. Like 2 of my credit cards are paid off. So I use them every once in a while. I actually have them both paying a medical bill, which probably isn't smart, but I pay those off monthly. So that's, it's a positive step, right? Eventually it is so easy to save up money. We have seen that with the cash stuffing. We just put down $2,000 on a campsite at our campground. It was actually $2,343 for the season. And then, so that was another part that you guys, I guess, didn't see that I probably should have said. So we have been saving up for that. So we just paid that, and we're trying to do what we think is best. We are still paying off stuff. I don't know. This is why it needs to be another video, because I could just go on and on forever. But and also my nails are horrendous. So like the ones I haven't had time to take them off between the weekend being so busy. So we got the campground, which is amazing. I'll put up a picture here. We're getting it set up slowly. So eventually I will be taking the money out of here, because we did buy a couple things we bought a rug. We bought some grass seed and just a couple other random things. And then we have a couple things ordered that are coming. So obviously we are saving a little bit more money than what we just put here, but I just didn't want to have that stuff out. It was $2,000. I didn't want to just have it here at home. And then it was easy to leave it in our one bank versus having it here. So I think that kind of stuff, I will tell once we have that done. So like we got that done. So I have that. So, that's out of our hands. And then once our debt is paid off more, I'll be more open with sharing like how much credit card debt I did have. And then moving on from there, how much, the loan was and all that kind of stuff. So it'll be exciting. I don't want to like give everything away for that kind of stuff, because it is kind of personal still. It is, I need to make sure he's okay with me sharing all that kind of stuff. And then just the amount of stuff that we do have loans through, besides our house, I have shared how much I think we owe on our house. But, it is just life. Life happens. We're all trying to do the best we can do. So you have to make decisions for yourself. And if it's the best that's for you, then you got to do it, So how you make this work, I'm doing this completely different than some of the cash stuffers that I've been watching. So yeah. So moving on from that, we will talk about, so this is how where everything's going today. I did have to pull out of a couple things. I did just hit my microphone. I forgot I had a little microphone on. So hopefully that didn't make a big noise. So it is just, I don't know, cash stuffing has saved us so much. It is so amazing what this has done. My expedition had a big thing happen in January, right after we started really cash stuffing. Like I was kind of getting used to it by then. So thank God we had that money. Otherwise we would be a little bit more ahead, between the expedition and then the $2,000 for the $2,300 for the campground, that was $4,000. And we could have paid off a lot of debt with that, but the campground is something that my husband grew up going to. So we want that experience for our kids. I also grew up going to a campground, but we're actually going to the campground that my husband grew up at. So it has a lot of sentimental value, a lot of fun memories and all that. And we want our girls to have all those fun memories. So let's go ahead and start cash stuffing. I definitely think I want to tell more and be more transparent with all this stuff. So I'm probably going to make a video, maybe a face-to-face video too. That would be fun. Groceries is getting 20. So yeah, hopefully I didn't confuse you guys too much. So groceries now has 40. If you have any questions, please comment below. I mean, I know it's a lot I just threw at you. Our story is kind of complex. Dining out is getting 40. We've been eating out a lot, so now that $40 is all that's in there. Like this weekend was kind of crazy. And I would like to share what I've been doing this weekend, but I'm going to save that for another video because I'm going to have in 2 weeks that's going to be ending. So stay tuned. Okay, so $40 is all we have in dining out. Snacks is getting 10. I think that's, yeah. So stay tuned. I want to post pictures and all that stuff, and I'm really excited about it. So I hope I get some good pictures. And then we'll also share more about camping. Health is getting 20. So health now has 20, 40. Hair and waxes is getting 40. My 10-year-old is begging us to get her hair done. So I'm thinking I'm going to be scheduling her one. So 20, 40, 60 in hair. She really wants butterfly cut, I think is what it's called. I have really curly hair. Well, I guess not really curly, but I have pretty curly hair. She has straight hair, and her hair was really poofy today because it is really windy outside. We live in Northwest Ohio, kind of close to Toledo. So it's been, yesterday it was 75. Today it's 43, which is kind of crazy. Okay, truck payments is getting the regular 300. So now truck payments have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And our other truck payment just came out today. But I went last week and paid both of the, I think it was last week. No, it was like the 2nd, so 2 weeks ago, pretty much. Home and auto is getting 36, 20, 30, 5, 36. Well, I guess those go there. So home and auto, we have $350 in the bank, an Ally. And we have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90. That's really exciting. Vehicle maintenance is getting 40. So we have 400 in the bank. And then I got old 100s the other day. So I had to switch these out on, and then also an old 50. So I really want to save these because, oh my goodness, they're just so, it's so different. I forgot how different they are. Okay, so anyway, vehicle maintenance now has, we have, like I said, 400 in the bank. So, and then in cash, we have 1, 2, 50, 70, 90. Oh my gosh, I suck at this. 1, 2, 50, 250, 270, 290, 310, 330, 340. I am not good at it, y'all. I'll get there. I was watching one lady, she's awesome, and she just buzzes right through it. And I'm like, I will get to that point, but I think she's been doing it for many years. Okay. Dalton and Brittany is getting 20. I had to make change for something, so that's why this is weird. So we have 20, 30, 5, 40. And Dalton and Brittany. Household is getting 5. So now we have 10, 5, 10. Clothing is also getting 5. So in clothing, we have 20, 30, 40, 45, 50, 55. Girls' birthdays, it's getting 5. So we now have 10, 25. And our oldest birthday is in September, so we have a little bit. Education is getting a 20. I believe it's just a 20, right? Yeah. So in education, we have 20, 40, 50, 65, 70. I don't know if you guys can hear the wind. It is really bad outside. It is crazy. Christmas is getting 50. So we just put that money in the bank. That was in my other video. So we have 500 and then 200. So I don't have a 700 placeholder. So now we have 750. That is so awesome, y'all. I'm so excited. I know it kind of seems like my old self, like I don't know why I didn't save up for Christmas. Like that is so silly. Like, you know, I like what Dave says, Dave Ramsey. He's like, you know, Christmas is the same time every year. Like when it comes to November, I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to go get presents. Oh my gosh. So now saving up for it, like has just a whole new feeling of just, I'm so excited. Family fun is getting 25. Oh, what's that? Yep, 25. These dollar bills are gross, by the way. I guess I should fix that too. There we go. Oh, big B sip. Big B is where I learned all my espresso skills. I worked there for a hot minute, long time ago, like 10 years ago almost. And I love Big B. RV miscellaneous, 50. So we are getting ready to pull money out of here since we did just buy stuff. So we have 150, 70, 90, 190. And then campground is getting nothing. We also will be pulling out of here because, so this one is just for anything the RV related. So we did just buy, I forget what it's called, but we just bought like a really needed thing for the RV. I can't even remember what it's called. And then like this is stuff like if we need anything else. So we just got like grass seed. So I'm going to take the grass seed out of here. I think we bought 3 bags of grass seed. We bought new like carpet steps carpet for the steps. Does that make sense? That will be coming out of there. So I know I've been filling in this tracker, so I'll just probably start it over since I am taking that money out. The girls is getting 14. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. So 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And that is all for our cash stuffing here. So let's see. The girls now has 10, or 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. They've been using up their money too. As soon as I pay them, they've been wanting to buy stuff for their games. So swimming still has 10. Buffer I did have to pull from, so we will be building this back up. So buffer has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 in it. And I added $1 more, so that's not right. Black Rifle just has 10. Gem still has the same 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. My husband really wants to save up for skates for him and the girls. I don't know if I want them yet. Subscriptions. I did move this in here. So I made it $5 so per bubble. So we have 20 in there. And then there's nothing medical, Costco, or wood. So we are getting there with that. So that is the end of today's cash stuffing. Hopefully I didn't confuse y'all too much with the whole talk. I am really interested in telling you guys about how much the maintenance bill is that's coming, because that will also affect how much we cash stuff. So hopefully as soon as I know, I will probably post up a video, because, you know, I might make that our video of like a little bit more about us and show the situation between the truck and kind of how we navigate things. It is really hard because every week will be different. Like sometimes I'll stuff just 300 like I did the 1 week. And sometimes I'll stuff, 700, but the 300 goes straight to the cars. So, we both have trucks. So I have an Expedition. He has a Maverick. So the 300 just goes straight to those. So for the times that we do get bigger paychecks like last week, it is nice to still stuff a little bit. And then we are still paying off credit cards. Like my one credit card is getting really close to getting paid off. So then I'll have 3 credit cards paid off. So I can't wait for that. We are adding money into Ally slowly. I'm really thinking about having like a cash stash in this other binder that I have. Let's see. Because I do have stuff in this binder. Because I've seen other people have like cash stash so they don't have to go to the bank as often. I don't know. I'm torn on how much money I should keep at home. Because on our homeowner's insurance, it says like $200. So, and that is something we have a place to put the money in. I have this fire bag here that I got off Amazon, and I love it. So, this is where I normally keep like the money, but I also use it as, all my markers that I probably should put somewhere else. So it's really funny. So we're going to be hosting Easter this weekend. So we're going to be really busy this weekend. So I am hoping to get a video up by Monday. And I think that's what kind of stinks is, I always try to film on Fridays, but it goes into the weekend and then I get stuck because, we're so busy. And then getting the campground, we're going to be at the campground a lot. I'm really excited for cash stuffings out there. So it'll be a change of scenery from here. So that'll be really nice. And then hoping to bring a little bit more like information, be more transparent with you guys about stuff, about our life, get better at cash stuffing. I really want to start doing a couple different things that I'm going to add to. I do have a new binder that I'm going to be adding, but I need to get more envelopes. I just tried making envelopes and I broke our laminator. So that's really upsetting. But I think it's just a new learning curve. Stuff happens. You got to adapt and move on, basically. So hopefully y'all enjoyed this cash stuffing. I am so glad you spent your day with me, spent some time, hopefully having a coffee. Cheers. I will see you hopefully by Monday. Hopefully. So have a great weekend. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.